You respect yourself because if you don't respect yourself, nobody is going to respect you, darling. Nobody.
Life have learned that you have to draw lines. You know, you really do. Especially with people that you love. So that they can't respect boundaries that you don't have. If you don't have them, then they won't respect them. And so if you do it sooner than later, then I think it doesn't have to get to places where it's out of control.
Saying no is not about controlling others. It is about protecting your own peace. And I'm going to hold your hands while I tell you this. Your no is your love and respect for yourself, for your own self. That should not be taken for granted. Boundaries should never be taken for granted. You have to always get to a point with people and relationships in your life where you set healthy boundaries. Every relationship is going to look different. Every relationship is not going to be the same. But you are constant, and there are things that should be non negotiable. You should not be a yes man to everybody. And the things that worked before don't have to work the same way in a new era. You're not being wicked. You're not being difficult. You're just caring for yourself the right way. The dictionary describes a boundary as the extent to which, limit to which, basically saying from this point, it can't go further. So it's not even as if boundary is saying that, oh, people shouldn't have access into your lives. But it's saying, now I understand myself well enough. Now I love myself well enough to know that, this one does not come close. Boundaries are set so that people will choose whether they should be in your life, they would like to be in your life, or they would rather just move on. It's not something you set and wait for a deliberation. It's something you set and people make their decision based off. Okay, take for instance, a gate. Without a gate leading into a compound, it means that everybody can have access. People could even have no business with that house, but just decide to walk through that house to get to where they are going to because there is no gate. There is no ownership. There is no marking, no extent to which they shouldn't cross. But the moment there is a gate, it says one loud statement: this property belongs to someone. And in order to gain access, it means you mean to get into this space. And you would have to be permitted to get into space. The first point I'll highlight about boundaries is that it makes things very distinct and clear. You're getting out of an addiction problem. Your first boundary should be not being around people who have it easy to indulge in the habit or the addiction that you are trying to get out of. It does not mean that you hate them. It just means that you are prioritizing yourself. You're prioritizing your health and you want to do better for yourself. So now they can go ahead and do what they want to do. You're just saying that, I'm sorry, I can't join you. And when you let them know, when you let the other party know that, sorry, I can't, it means that when there is an invite to go indulge, they don't call you. That's a boundary. Everything is very clear. You know you're going for this, you know I can't be there, so you won't even bother inviting me. You cannot be trying to be your better self and playing it safe, being the yes man, people pleaser, not able to say no, not able to. Nah, you can't. Another thing I personally highlight from establishing boundaries is that it gives you room to truly form, to truly become. No matter where you are at any stage of your life, there is always room for improvement, room for development, room for increase, room for growth. When you have a boundary at certain stages of your life, okay, you know that this time around you're trying to save. What you're doing is not spending, you're saving. You let the people know, whether you let them know deliberately because you have established a relationship with them that you can let them know, baby girl, guy, I'm in my era of not spending, not splurging, but rather saving and investing. Whether you let them know or you just get bold about saying no. Hey, come, let's go and have drinks. Or hey, come, let's go and have a party. Hey, come, let's go and buy this. No. If somebody is going to feel like you're a bore, if somebody is going to feel like you're killing their shine because of that, then that means that for that season that you are in and for that time that you are in and that decision that you're making, that growth level you're trying to attain, they are not fit for it. Boundary is not saying I hate you. Boundary is not saying I want to be mean to you. Boundary is saying I'm taking charge of my life. Boundary is saying I'm owning my life. I'm loving myself enough to make sure that I'm at peace. I have peace of mind. So, my friend, this video is just a reminder to you that if you are in the season where you should be putting adequate measures in place to define your life, to grow, to be better, basically, you need to set boundaries, then do so confidently, do so with your full chest. Because the truth is, anybody that's not okay with your boundaries or the boundaries you set can as well go. Anyone that doesn't feel like this can't work for me can go. And when you're done with that phase, should they be cool with you, you get back together and do kumbaya. But the fact remains, on your journey to personal growth, on your journey of peace, you need to set boundaries. You cannot be having conversations with someone who's always going to be insulting you. You're not saying anything because why? They have more money, they're older than you, blah blah. No. To be rude when you're setting boundaries, you could as well just say, I'm sorry. If you're going to have this conversation and insult, I would rather not have a conversation with you. I opt out. Stop picking his calls. Stop picking those calls that take you back to a place where it took you so much to get out of. You know what I'm saying? Set the boundaries for your life. Yes, for someone who's a people pleaser, it might not be the easiest thing to do. And when you even do it, you probably would have moments where you feel like you're doing too much. But it's just because you're not used to being confident or taking charge of your life. Like I said, you don't have to be rude. You don't have to be wicked. You don't have to be malicious. You just have to set the terms plain and simple and let people know that you care about yourself. You respect yourself. Because if you don't respect yourself, nobody is going to respect you, darling. Nobody. So boundaries are not for them. They are for you. They are not for them. They are for you. They are not malicious. They are healing. They also stop you from being who you don't want to be. If you have no business being in that guy's house, why are you there? When you're in a celibacy season of your life or you are celibate, why are you in that guy's house every other day? And you call it friendship? We're just friends. Boundaries. So many things. Just take charge of your life. Because at the end of the day, if you don't set boundaries for yourself, people will walk into your life, trample, make a mess, and go back to their own lives. And you'll be left with the mess that they've made, that you permitted. This is just a heart check with a friend. Love and light.